A new report is revealing exactly how the world's elites are planning to invest this year. So, how are those ultra high net worth individuals going to be allocating their capital? What are they investing in? The answers might surprise you. In today's video, I'll be breaking that down for you. My name is Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's the kind of topic that you like to stay up to date with, maybe just learn a bit more about, then if you can take a quick second to tap on that thumbs up button just for the YouTube algorithm, that would be awesome. Thank you very much for taking a second to do that. By the way, if you want to earn a safe and simple passive income on your cryptocurrencies, then I can recommend you go and get yourself an account over on Celsius. You can earn 6.2% on your Bitcoin, 5.35% on your Ethereum. Great rates on stablecoins and a wide range of altcoins as well. Use the link down below to start your account, and you'll get a $50 Bitcoin bonus. Now let's go ahead and get into this topic. And just before we do, I want to mention one thing. Look where the wealthy actually put their money. These are people who have access to incredible information, wealth advisory teams. They have entire family offices sitting around planning how to do their investments. Watch where their money goes, because it usually goes to interesting and profitable places, which is exactly why I want to share this with you today. So how are the ultra wealthy investing in 2022? Now this comes from a report issued out by Tiger 21, which is a group of high net worth individuals that all come together, and it's a hangout group, social club for super rich people to hang out and talk about their investments. And so they shared that report with us about how they are going to be investing this year. So obviously, inflation is on the mind of everybody. The world's high net worth individuals, the ultra wealthy, they're also thinking about, hey man, inflation is here and I don't want to be hit by it. Because look, if you got $1,000 in your bank account, inflation, it's annoying and it's going to cost more to buy some things and all that kind of stuff. However, when you have 10 million, 100 million, $1 billion sitting in, of net worth, and you have, let's say, $50 million sitting in the bank in cash, as an example, you're going, man, I got to put my money somewhere. I got to buy some stuff because inflation's here. And if I leave that X amount of million of dollars sitting in my bank account, inflation's going to hit it. So I need to be invested into assets that are going to outperform that and keep me safe from inflation. Now, some of the areas that they are looking at, we have real estate, public equities, and cryptocurrencies. We're going to break these all down separately. So when it comes to real estate, industrial properties, apartment buildings, look, real estate's a classic investment. If you have a bunch of money, you want to dump it into real estate, you're probably going to do okay, realistically, over any kind of period of time. Look back at the history of property investing. It's done pretty gosh darn well for anybody who's bought basically at almost any time. You can buy tops and then have crashes like you did in 2008. That was a property-led bear market. But for the most part, property has been a very, very safe place to be investing. And you might be thinking, well, that's nice, Lark. I'm so glad that rich people can go out and buy more properties, more apartment buildings and more industrial properties and yada, yada, yada. How nice for them. If you can't afford, $500,000 or whatever it is in your area to buy a house, or, you can't afford to service a mortgage on a rental property, et cetera, all this stuff, you can actually buy a real estate investment trust. So this is basically a stock that you can go and buy, and you will get access to usually a wide portfolio of different real estate investment opportunities. So I own a few real estate investment trusts in my stock portfolio. So you can have a wide variety of stuff. If you want to just invest in residential housing, there's a REIT for that. If you want to just invest in industrial buildings, there's a REIT for that. If you want to invest in data centers, there's a REIT for that too. Maybe you want to invest in renewable infrastructure sites, there's a REIT for that too, and on and on and on. Anything you can imagine basically when it comes to different real estate opportunities you can actually invest in with a real estate investment trust. They've actually got some pretty good dividends on some of them as well, which is nice. And obviously, as property keeps going up over time, the value of these REITs will as well. So it's a nice area for the average investor to get involved in the real estate market with a few $1,000s, for example, if you can't afford to actually get yourself some property. And if you can't afford to get yourself some property, maybe you want to diversify out. Maybe you've got 3 residential rental properties, but you've also got, some REITs for industrials and shopping centers and hospitals because you want to be invested in that as well. So these give you the opportunity to have that kind of diversification that as an average investor, you would never be able to afford to buy a factory or buy a hospital or buy a shopping center, but you can own a little piece of that with a real estate investment trust. So that is one of the areas where we see the world's ultra wealthy investing their money. Another place where they've been investing their money, public equities, stocks, platform companies. So Amazon, Apple, the big stuff, unsurprising, consumer staple stocks as well as different streaming services, stuff like Netflix, big tech stock stuff, right? But what I found quite interesting about this was that they are also investing a lot of time and energy into the electric vehicle space. Now, this is another area that I have personally been investing in as well. I've been buying Tesla, I've been buying Rivian, I've been buying Lucid, all the stocks that they list here. These are very popular electric vehicle stocks. Also buying some more traditional car manufacturers like General Motors. I own some General Motors stock because they're getting big into the electric vehicle game. There's so many opportunities in the EV space in particular. Basically, every country is going to force people to buy electric vehicles in the next decade or two. So investing in electric vehicle companies long term should be a great play. Now, again, if you can't afford to buy, or maybe you don't want to buy just one specific stock, because you can, of course, buy fractions of a Tesla stock or fractions of Rivian or whatever else. But you can actually invest in electric vehicle ETF products. So they list 2 nice ones here that you can buy if you want to have a broad exposure to the entire electric vehicle market without just betting on, okay, it's going to be this company or that company that's going to be the big winner. You can say, I'm betting on the entire space, therefore I'm buying the ETF products, which give me a broad exposure to 20 or 30 different electric vehicle companies. Now, I would add on top of this as well, my personal opinion, just beyond electric vehicles, would be also renewable energy stocks. There's a lot of great renewable energy companies out there doing some really cool stuff, and obviously there's a massive push globally to adopt renewables in a very fast way. So I think it's also another very interesting area to look at. But you can see the world's ultra wealthy taking a big notice of tech stocks, streaming stocks, and of course of electric vehicle stocks, which, as we talked about in the newsletter actually previously, offer, I think, just an incredible investment opportunity when you look at the adoption that is happening for electric vehicles, as well as the regulatory realities of electric vehicles moving forward. Now, I know what you're thinking by this point. Man, Lark, you've really been talking a lot about stocks and stuff. When the crypto stuff, man? Well, let's talk about crypto. Let's talk about crypto here. So, the ultra wealthy are also taking a big interest in crypto because of course they are. Why wouldn't they be looking at crypto? Crypto is the big investment opportunity of our lifetime, to be honest. Now, what I found very, very interesting about the report is actually what cryptocurrencies the ultra wealthy, according to the Tiger 21 group, which ones they are buying. 34% Ethereum. So Ethereum is the most popular cryptocurrency amongst this ultra wealthy crowd of investors. That's very interesting. Just by a little bit though, Bitcoin in second place at 33%. Obviously, to be fair. Now look, if you were to just have a portfolio of nothing but Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's going to be boring. You're not going to get the super mega ultra gains. But for people who have hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, it's not actually easy to buy these low cap coins. You can't market buy a cryptocurrency that's got a $10 million market cap with $10 million because you're going to totally screw the price up and screw yourself over out of your $10 million basically. But you can buy very easily $10 million worth of Bitcoin or $10 million worth of Ethereum and then sell $10 million or $10 million worth of Ethereum or Bitcoin without crashing the market. Unlike, again, with that low cap altcoin, to try and sell $10 million of it, you crash the market. You sell $10 million of Bitcoin, nobody even notices. This is why these guys are looking at the big coins. They understand the cryptocurrency investing space is growing, it's going to be massive, that it's got a lot of potential moving forward, and if they just own the top couple of coins, it gives them enough exposure to the entire cryptocurrency space. And yes, they're not going to get the biggest, sickest gains out of it, but these guys are looking at like, well, what, I'm going to 10x my money on my Bitcoin over the next 8-10 years? Sweet. 20x it, 30x it maybe? Great, even better. That's how these guys are thinking. They don't need to have the 100x altcoin that they can't get out of anyway because there's not enough liquidity for it. They're looking at the big stuff. Now, we also have 23% of these investors investing in cryptocurrency funds. So they're actually investing in the big funds and getting a share of those funds, who then go off and invest in some of this more exotic stuff and invest in the startups and stuff like that. So that's taking the gamble on the startup space with their money without actually having to run out and seek down the individual coins. They're just investing in the funds who are doing that. Now, 15% in other coins. So yes, these guys are also buying, your Cardanos and your Polkadots and your Solanas, all that kind of stuff. You can see the level of popularity compared to Bitcoin or Ethereum is dramatically freaking different. And for some reason, they're also buying Dogecoin. 2% of these guys are into the Dogecoin. I guess that's Elon Musk inspired. I don't know what's up there, but they do like the Dogecoin. At least 2% of them do, which is pretty gosh darn interesting. And look, Bitcoin's Gold 2.0. Ethereum is an incredible freaking network that's going to do amazing things moving forward. So you can see where the mind is at for these big, ultra wealthy investors. Obviously, they want to get involved in cryptocurrency. It's one of the fastest moving horses out there right now. So obviously, they want to bet on that horse. No surprises here, to be honest, when it really comes down to their cryptocurrency investments, except maybe Dogecoin. That's a bit of a surprise, but the Bitcoin and Ethereum, heavy into those, makes a lot of sense for ultra wealthy investors. Anyway, what do you think of all of this? Are you investing in some of the same things that these ultra high net worth guys are investing? Are you buying properties? Are you buying electric vehicle stocks? Are you heavy into Bitcoin and Ethereum? Or are you putting your money somewhere else? Maybe you're all into low cap altcoins. Maybe you're investing big in some other kinds of stocks, for example. Curious to hear what you're into and what you think of these guys' investments down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.